Hello everybody and welcome back to another trip report. Today I'm here at Melbourne Tullamarine International Airport at Terminal 2 and today I'm going to be flying Jetstar from here in Melbourne up to Denpasar, Bali in Indonesia. Now just walked inside here, we have Qantas check-in for some flights here, but we're not flying Qantas today, though they do fly to Bali. However, I had the option to do that, a couple other airlines, or the Jetstar Dreamliner. Honestly, I think the Jetstar Dreamliner, even being low cost, is a fair bit better than the Qantas 737. Something I can't tell you how excited I am to see is that's the MEL-DPS Air check-in just there. They've restarted flights to Melbourne. I'll take a photo of the plane today, but this is its very first time flying into Australia since COVID. So it's been nearly a half years since MEL-DPS has flown in here. So yeah, anyways, still got to find our check-in here, but this is Philippine Airlines, Air India, which Air India is looking very busy today. Okay, so Jetstar's check-in is quite hard to find, I will say, but now that I've checked the departure board, I can tell you Jetstar's check-in is in section P, and I'm pretty sure it always is. Because since they have so many flights here, they have kind of a designated area just for the airline. Also, I'll tell you a bit later about what the travel requirements are, and FYI, you still need a mask in all Australian airports. Anyways, let's go and check in. Check-in is now complete. And yes, so check-in completed. Now just heading through security and immigration. So check-in, really pleasantly surprised. It honestly was, we had to wait behind like one other group of people, so it was great. They certainly didn't seem to be understaffed, which surprised me actually, but they had plenty of staff, seemingly anyway. Doesn't look like this will take too long. And yeah, however, with the vaccination certificate, which there's not much required to enter Indonesia, there's a vaccination certificate, and if you have that, then the only other thing you need is a customs declaration, which you can do there, but we've done it online. And yeah, it's you don't need a test or anything, or a COVID declaration, so that's great. And very pleasantly surprised and impressed with Jetstar's check-in system. Anyways, let's go through security. Okay, so we're now through security. Got a beautiful view just here over an Air India Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner heading off to Delhi. Saw the check-in for that earlier, and I must say, check-in was really good, and so was security. Security followed that up very nicely. Here's the duty-free, by the way, and yeah, so security, it took probably about 2 minutes to get through bag check, and then 3 minutes to get through passport control. It's probably the quickest process from like departure side, check-in side to air side. I think that's the quickest I've ever had, at least post-COVID. So yeah. Anyways, this is duty free. It's massive here in Melbourne. It's probably as big as Sydney, I would say, if not bigger. So yeah. Anyways, have heaps and heaps of time before we depart. But let's go and get some food. And let's also check out that MEL-DPS 737. There's also plenty of designer clothing outlets here. However, most of them still seem to be closed. Not sure if that's because it's still quite early, or if it's just because simply COVID. Still recovering. So, Cafe Sol here. It's pretty good, I've been before, but this is the queue to order from Cafe Sol. If you ask me, that's quite incredibly long. So not going to be going there, but it is good if there's not a massive queue. There it is. That's the very first MEL-DPS flight into Australia since COVID started, so 2 years and a few months. It is just about to depart actually, so I'm glad I caught it. I've actually flown MEL-DPS Air once on the 737-800. It surprised me they're not using the MAX yet, because they have scheduled future flights on the 737 MAX from here in Melbourne. But yeah, it's quite cheap actually, and it's not a bad service. I've managed to find a little bit of a better view of this beautiful MEL-DPS Air 737-800. Still a massive line at Cafe Sol since it's the only place open other than a bar or tap house. So yeah, just got to the end of the line finally. Took so long, I know, like half an hour. Maybe even more than half an hour actually. But yeah, so I managed to grab a chai latte, chocolate croissant and banana. Okay, so just left the food court area, I guess you could say, even though half of it's closed. I think these crew on the left actually might be on our flight. So yeah, there's a Jetstar Dreamliner just there, but that's not ours. Ours is the one behind that. Just heading to the gate now, as if the boarding pass is correct, we'll be boarding in about 10-15 minutes. Okay, so just here at gate 12, I actually believe I forgot to mention earlier, but today's flight is 100% full, so completely sold out. Even in business class, not a single seat should be free on this flight. You can see the wing of our plane just there. Okay, so been here now for half an hour. We're meant to be boarding 20 minutes ago. Meant to be in the air in 20 minutes, which is clearly not going to happen. I'm not sure what Jetstar's up to, but no, we haven't started boarding yet. So yeah, no updates either. But honestly, I didn't really expect to board on time with Jetstar. That would have been a bonus. So a quick update, according to Flight Radar 24, the plane's been delayed 30 minutes, but it's been 33 minutes since we were meant to board, and still nothing, no announcements. Once again, another update, just sitting down here so I can charge my phone. If I had to give an approximate guess, I'd say we're going to be leaving half an hour late, 1 hour late, maybe half an hour from now. We should be boarding. The crew aren't even on board, and not sure if you agree with me, but I don't think we can board the plane before the crew have been on there for at least 10 minutes, so they can start to get the plane ready and everything. So yeah, not looking good, and no word, they haven't said anything. The only thing I have to go off of is Flight Radar 24 and Google.
Just advises that engineering are still on board, and we do expect to delay the service by an hour today. I do apologise for the inconvenience, and I will keep you updated as your news comes to hand. So to JQ43, you're Denpasar. Thank you.
Okay, so Singapore Airlines Star Alliance livery, Boeing 777-300 just pulled in here. Looks like a very nice plane. And yeah, unfortunately, you may have heard there, if you could make it out, it's pretty hard to understand, but we've been delayed by an hour. I don't know if that's an hour on top of the already like 50-minute delay, or it's going to be just the hour, which would mean that we're boarding in like 5-10 minutes. However, passengers are leaving the gate, which I am guessing that means that it's another hour on top of the original delay. Just left the gate here doing some plane spotting. This Thai 777 looks amazing. Do hope to fly on them at some point. Let me know if you think Thai's meant to be good or not. But yeah, I think it's something to do with the engine that's wrong with the plane, which doesn't surprise me. The Rolls-Royce Trent 1000 engines are very troublesome. Finally, 2 hours, 15 minutes after original boarding time, we should be boarding any minute. So heading back to the gate now, headed to Brunetti about half an hour ago and got another chai latte. So yeah. Very annoying, however, they did tell us that we should go to the gate, and that was about 15 minutes ago. So yeah, still have no idea exactly what our plane is, but I'm once again leaning towards VKA. I actually think that we might have been changed also to gate 14. Could be wrong, but yeah.
For a departure today, unfortunately we won't be boarding at 11:30. They've still got some checks going on, and until the computers actually finally update, I'm unable to say to you confidently that we'll be boarding at 11:30 to 12 o'clock. So once again, I apologise for the inconvenience. I appreciate your patience is starting to run out, but I want to keep you as informed as I possibly can, and I will come back to you again at midday. Thank you.
Okay, so as you heard there, they've made an announcement. We're not boarding in the next half hour, even though they told us to go to the gate about 45 minutes ago. So that's really annoying. Yeah. The annoying thing is, too, that, well, the funny thing is that they said that it's looking promising to get in the air today, which just shows that Jetstar sometimes don't even get you in the air the same day, which I have experienced in the past with flying Jetstar internationally. So, yeah. I don't know when we're going to be in the air, but at least they're keeping us informed.
Customers travelling on JQ43 today, the captain has just advised me that he would like me to give you out each a refreshment voucher because they are still working on the maintenance issue down the aircraft, and it looks like it's going to be another half an hour. So if you could come forward and grab a voucher and go and grab a coffee or something small to eat, you're welcome to do so. I would like to encourage you though, as soon as you have done that, please do listen out for any further.
Okay, so the delays just keep going. It's probably going to be at least 4 hours now. Who knows if it's going to be much more. It definitely could be at this rate. But have a $10 voucher, which at an airport will probably get you a sandwich and a drink at best. So, yeah. I'm just going to go and spend that now after lining up in hundreds of people to get it. So, yeah. So far, the boarding experience and the on-time performance is certainly not slightly impressive.
All passengers traveling on JQ43 through to Denpasar, we do request all passengers to please return to gate number 12, and we will shortly commence boarding.
Oh, I think this might be the third or fourth. Actually, I think it might be the fourth time that they've asked us to go to the gate. Let's hope we actually board this time. Also, just informed by someone else who was lining up to get some food with the voucher, he's friends with the ground staff. Apparently, one may not be underway shortly because it's a wing issue. They're putting tape on the wing which would suggest that it's been damaged, broken, cracked, something like that somehow. Very promising. That was sarcasm.
I am delighted to announce that we have commenced boarding, got a four-way boarding, followed by any customers seated between the rows of 44 through to 57. On behalf of Jetstar, I would like to sincerely apologise for the delay to your service today. Thank you for your patience.
Let's hope the wing doesn't break off mid-flight. Anyways, can't believe I'm saying this, but let's go and board.
I just need you to look at me for a moment and take your face mask down.
Okay. Now time to board. Wow. Let's hope the wing stays intact. And our plane today was VH-VKJ. Oh God. I can see tape on the wing. Okay. Very long jet bridge this. I don't know if you could see the tape on the wing there. Very, very interesting. Unfortunately, we're not on that side, so I won't be able to see it, but it's there. Welcome aboard the Jetstar duct tape Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. Let's go through the seat features of this aircraft, as I do now have my seatbelt on. There's a bit of it's kind of hard to see at the window here, because you kind of see like half of that, because there's none like right here. But yeah, can't believe we're actually on the plane. It's very hot, but I have the air conditioning pumping. And so just here you have the in-flight entertainment, which you have to pay $10 online to access it all, which I did do. And then just here you have a USB outlet, a headphone jack. And then just here you have the tray table, which is a regular size. It's just, you know, perfect. It's clean completely, which is really nice. And in the seat back pocket here, you have the Jetstar safety card, which includes information about what you can and can't have on the plane, safety instructions in case the wing falls off, a menu here which is beaten up, which we'll go through later, which is what we can order from, but this looks tasty. So, yep, looking forward to that. Sick bag just here, and that's it in the seat back pocket. Legroom here, it's a standard 31 inches, which is 79 centimetres. And for a flight on a low-cost airline, on a long-haul flight like this, or this isn't that long, but I think it is still considered long-haul, I think that it's good. It's really good, and above what I would expect. I would expect like 30 inches for a low-cost Dreamliner like Scoot. So, yeah. So legroom's good, perfectly fine for a flight of this length. And just here you have the window dimmer, which also looks quite old. And that. Back here you have a headrest, which is very, very nicely adjustable and comfy. In fact, I would also like to mention seat padding, very comfy. It's a very nice seat. And yeah. That's about it for the seat features of this aircraft, all that I'll show you for the moment anyway. Still just boarding most of the passengers, so yeah. So overall, for a flight of this length, and a low-cost carrier, it's really good, quite impressive. However, I was expecting this because I have flown the Dreamliners on domestic flights.
Caused by unscheduled maintenance of the software of the aircraft. Tape that we have out on the right hand.
Okay, so just waiting on ground here. Captain just spoke to us a bit. We have, I think apparently this is a headset. I think it's like earbuds. Hang on. No clue what I was thinking or what happened here. Maybe one of the videos just got corrupted, in fact maybe a few of them. But this is all the footage I managed to get, so yeah, that's the headphones. 45 minutes after I entered the plane, Apparently we've got the doors closed, but he's still at the gate here. Haven't moved a muscle.
Thanks, Daryl. We're just currently waiting on a pushback driver to arrive to the aircraft. We've been chasing the company pretty hard to make that happen for the last 20 or so minutes, but they have just got back to us and informed us that the pushback driver will be here just after 1:45, so that's about 4 minutes. So once again, apologies, but we're doing everything we can to get us going here this afternoon.
I think that's where our pushback truck is. Over at the Etihad Formula 1 Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. Beautiful plane. I'm expecting it to be not long at all now before we get underway. The hilarious thing is, hilarious I say, but it's kind of just sad really. I've been at the airport for 8 hours now. That Scoot arrived in like a couple hours ago. In fact, I watched it come in here and it's gone before us. Been on the ground now for 55 minutes. Believe it or not, 57 minutes after boarding the plane, we're pushing back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is important that you are familiar with our safety features of this Boeing 787 aircraft. Please watch the crew member nearest to you and listen carefully back.
Hello again. We want you to have a safe and enjoyable flight. So please listen closely while we take you through the safety requirements for our Boeing 787. Your crew are highly trained to help keep you safe, so make sure you listen to and follow their instructions. As we get underway, please make sure your personal electronic devices are in a flight safe mode or otherwise completely switched off. Your carry-on baggage and larger electronic devices should now be placed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead locker. Check that your seat back is upright, your tray table is stowed away, and your arm and headrests are lowered. The seatbelt sign above you will be illuminated whenever you must have your seatbelt fastened. To fasten your seatbelt, clip the buckle and clasp, and pull on the loose strap to tighten. Undo the seatbelt by lifting the buckle flap. The seatbelt is most effective when worn low, tight, and throughout the entire flight. Make sure you're familiar with the brace position best suited to your seat. The onboard safety instruction card in your seat pocket shows pictures of your brace position, along with other important safety information. This sent you on board with us today, and we hope you have an enjoyable flight. Thanks for listening.
Ladies and gentlemen, if oxygen is required, you must remove your face mask before putting on the oxygen mask that will drop from above you. Thank you.
Also, Jetstar have very recently repainted one of their Airbus A320s into a special livery, which you can see in the background just there. Before we take off, I will just give you a little bit of information about Jetstar's services to Bali. So they restarted, I think it was some point in, I think it was at some point in March, might have been March 14th if I do remember correctly. And now they're doing double daily flights. I'm pretty sure every day, maybe there's one day where they don't do it, but I think it's every day. It's quite bumpy, this taxiway actually. But yeah, so the Dreamliners always, or I said always, like 99% of the time, will operate this 9 a.m. flight. That's 9 a.m. if it leaves on time, which is rare. And then there's a 5:45 p.m, which I would say most of the time it's a Dreamliner, but sometimes it is an A320. And that flight today was delayed 13 hours and 45 minutes, which isn't very ideal. I'm glad I'm not on that one. 4 hours was bad enough. Okay, we've been up here at our cruising altitude of 38,000 feet for 25 minutes or so now. The cabin crew have come around to hand out the meal service. So, look, I could be wrong here because I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that, in fact, I know that with a starter fare, you don't get any food. I'll have it written down in the description or maybe even on the screen saying what bundle I did pick, but whatever I picked, it included meals. I'm not sure if it was 1 or 2 meals per person, but yep, and I did pre-order this meal online if I remember correctly, and that's what it would appear to be when I look around the cabin. So yeah, here's the meal service. I would hope that they'll come around later to see if you want any drinks or stuff which you have to pay for. But yeah, we'll go through the menu in a bit. But first, let's see what we have here. Serve butter chicken curry, and according to the back of this menu, you can also have mac and cheese or some like quiche or something like that, which is the 3 international options, but you also can have light meals from the domestic options too. So yeah, let me just open this up and I'll tell you how it is. Okay, I've managed to open this up now, or at least get the sticker off there. Never mind. I can feel that it's extremely hot, and here is the butter chicken curry on Jetstar. Haven't tried it yet, but it looks pretty nice, smells fine, and yeah, looking forward to it. According to the entertainment screen, which I will also show later. We've been in the air for 5 hours. Sorry, definitely not 5 hours. I was about to say the total flying time. We've been in the air for approximately 45 minutes. And the wing is still attached. Also, just a couple seconds later, they just gave me a random cup of water. So that's nice, I guess. Okay, so it hasn't been too much more time, maybe 20 minutes or so. The cabin crew did come around and offer the buy on board service. Something a little bit sneaky that I noticed Jetstar did was with our bundle, you have a $15 meal voucher along with the meal, which I don't know if we prepaid or if that was also included. I'll see if I can let you know that either in the description or on the video now. But yeah, so we had a $15 voucher, but they didn't tell us about it until after we'd purchased some snacks. Sneaky. Anyways, the butter chicken curry, I've just finished it. As far as the airplane food goes, I would say that it's pretty good. Like it's probably maybe a 7, 8 out of 10 for economy class food. Particularly for a low cost airline, not bad at all. So, yeah. And then just here, this is what I bought. So I really like these Spring Hill Farm dark coconut and dark chocolate slice, lemon and lime soda water or sparkling water, and then some cookies here, which are always good. I thought I'd have these for dessert. So yeah, I will walk you through the in-flight entertainment a bit later, but for here I just have it on the in-flight map. Now here at the Jetstar Boeing 787 middle laboratory. I think there might be one on the other side too. The emergency exiting has heaps of leg room. And yeah, anyways, now it's time for a loo review. Okay, so now we're in here. So far I would like to say that it's been a smooth and uneventful flight. I don't really recall having any bumps. But yeah, they've come around to offer water 1 or 2 more times. They've collected rubbish twice, so yeah. Anyways, it's funny because you can come out on the other side too. So yeah. Oh, actually, never mind. Ignore that. I don't know. So yeah, this is the Jetstar's Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner laboratory. So just here you have the tap, which is, you know, fine. You kind of have enough space there to be able to get your hand in and not smack it against the wall. You have soap, which is good, and then bin, just standard paper towel and stuff there. So all in all, this bathroom, in terms of amenities here, it's just what I'd expect. It's pretty clean too, which is always great. In fact, it's very clean. And one thing I will say is it is really spacious, like particularly width-wise. So yeah, it's definitely not a small bathroom. Yeah. So anyways, I give it a thumbs up. That's the Jetstar 787 loo review. Okay, so we're still up here at our cruising altitude with about 3 hours to go, I think. I thought it'd be a good time to show you all through the flight entertainment. Also, we are getting a little bit of minor turbulence out here. Let's hope the wind behaves during that. But yeah, so this is the entertainment that we have so far here. here you have the map where you can see that we're flying. We're a bit north of Uluru at the moment. So yeah, you'll see how far until we get there in just a moment, but it said time since departure 2 hours 33. So we're not actually quite halfway yet, but that's okay. So yeah, gives you all the information you could possibly need, really. So if you go here, you do have to pay $10 to unlock it, so keep that in mind. And yep. So if you go to movies, which is probably what most people use for about A to Z, these are the movies that they have. It's quite responsive. It isn't like the most responsive I've ever seen, but it's still very responsive. I'll say with the movie selection, I haven't been on many long-haul low-cost carriers, so I can't really say, but if I had to compare it to full-service carriers, this is not a very large selection at all, and it's not really categorized under like genres like comedy, romance, thrill, action, you know, all those kind of stuff. So yeah, but that's because there's not a whole lot of movies. It's not bad, and it's still okay for the amount of time that this flight is, but you know, it's certainly not, I don't rate it, like it's not a really good selection. So, yep. And then if we go back here, we'll have a look at what TV and stuff they have. Just A to Z. They have a whole lot of like TV shows, which is actually pretty good. More than I thought they would, to be honest, but still not heaps once again, but not bad at all. Yeah, and then you just have audio, and you can just say, just have a look. Not too bad at all. Yeah. And then finally, I'll just have a quick look at the games category, where you can play chess, golf, stuff like that, Sudoku. It's not bad. It's the entertainment, it's not the best I've seen, and if you're comparing it to other full service carriers, it's slightly below average, but it's still not bad at all and perfectly acceptable for a low cost airline for an extra $10 on this flight. Still up here with the wind, doing I think just fine, at a new cruising altitude of 40,000 feet. I'm just passing Broome. So I was just thinking, I haven't showed you the in-flight menu yet, and still do have that voucher to use, so I'm going to do that. So just here you have light meals, which I've had the toasty before, and that's pretty good, and I think that's not a bad price either. Soft drinks here, you have the lemon lime sparkling water, which is what I had earlier, and a whole lot of others. And $4 is pretty decent price-wise as well. Then you just have alcoholic drinks down here, savoury snacks, noodles, and then sweet snacks. I had those two earlier. And then hot drinks, a few bundles, merch and like planes and stuff. Greetings from chocolate blocks, which are like seem to be a rip-off, and an activity book, and yeah. And then finally on the back here you have the international meals, so you can order from this domestically, but this and that internationally. So yeah, this isn't available domestically. So yeah, here you have butter chicken, which is what I had earlier, and that's pretty good. Mac and cheese, I'm sure that'll be fine. And then quiche and roll. Not bad at all. So yeah, oh, and like an amenity kit type thing here that you can buy. So I think for a menu, like on a low-cost airline, 6-hour flight, it's pretty impressive. And considering they do most of that on domestic, except for those international meals, I think it's really good. And I'm quite impressed with the menu and the selection on board Jetstar here. So no complaints there. Okay, so now an hour and a half until we touch down. In fact, if this is correct, then exactly an hour and 30 minutes. As I was mentioning earlier, we did still have vouchers to use. So here's what we got. So there was actually 4 of us, so there was $60 in total. And that's what $60 can get you on Jetstar. So yeah, plus another drink as well. So yeah, obviously I'm not going to eat all of these now, but this is what we got because I didn't need any more meals, and I'm still confused as to whether I'm going to get another one, because when I go into the Jetstar app it said that included was meals X8, so between 4 of us that would be suggesting 2 each, but I'm not too sure. So yeah, just got these 2 that I got earlier, the choc chip cookies, sorry, yeah, chocolate, white choc caramel cookies, some chocolate slices here, chocolate bar, a couple different types of Pringles, and then a green tea in there. So yeah. Anyways, one thing I must say, when I've been trying to find something to do, there's not a lot, the entertainment really lacks, and I'm finding it hard to find anything now that I've watched one movie that interests me. So yeah, don't think I'd enjoy it for an 11-hour flight to Japan from Australia. As you should be able to see down there, along with the duct taped wing, there's a reef out there just off the coast of Australia near Broome. If that's a particular name, or if you know much information about it, let me know in the comments section. Looks so cool. It's in a nice oval shape. It's crazy how easy it is to see. It's very sad that they're dying too. Okay, so around about maybe 10 minutes ago now, we commenced our descent into Denpasar Rai International Airport. About Rai, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I looked it up, but that's the best I can do. So if you do know the correct pronunciation, let me know. Yeah, since we have started descending, the crew started coming around to make sure that all our seats are upright and all of that, as well as collect rubbish.
The wind's just light variable and just a small amount.
Captain's just announced that ATC has put us into well, they've asked us to slow down our approach, so we can't start our approach for 10 minutes longer, so yeah. We're getting beautiful sunset views here. Just hoping we can actually land before the sun has set, since we've done a second loop now, but fingers crossed we're going to be able to now start our approach into Denpasar Rai International Airport. There you go, you can tell that traffic's busy Denpasar today. Beautiful out there. We're definitely now on our approach into Denpasar Rai International Airport. Basically always you approach from the west and land on that runway, which I can see we're doing now.
A lot of rain there last week. Yeah. You said that
Welcome to Denpasar Negurau International Airport. Very exciting to be in a country like Indonesia that has so many new and cool airlines to try. I'll be trying a few while I'm here. There is a new airline since I last visited Bali called Super Airjet, which is owned by Lion Air and operates a fleet of A320s. And here we are, only 4 hours and 40 minutes late. Also, the terminal looks quite Balinese, which is really cool to see.
Once again,
Finally getting off this plane. I can already smell humidity.
Oh, sorry, Zella.
You're fine.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
no worries.
Whew. It's beautiful and hot here. And I don't know how I explain the smell, but it smells like Bali. Anyways, I'll get back to you once we've gone through security and immigration, which may be a process. Jetstar have also recently restarted servicing to Bali, along with so many other airlines, which is so nice to see. And there's our plane. I wasn't going to say hi until after this process, but there's a crazy amount of people. Immigration completed precisely 51 minutes later. Now just waiting to get our bags, which are here. Honestly, I've heard worse things at the moment about COVID and getting through this airport. I was expecting 90 minutes minimum, really. So I'm not going to say I'm impressed because I wouldn't call it quick at all. The queues were big. It's a hot airport. Wi-Fi is terrible here. So yeah, I'm not going to call it efficient or good, but it still exceeded my expectations, which were really low. So yeah, we're through. Staff just regular. They're not really that friendly. So yeah. Anyways, time for my conclusion on today's flight. Started off in Melbourne Airport, check-in and security, great. And it's all good until we got to the gate on time, and then we realised that In reality, our plane wasn't on time and it was delayed at least 30 minutes. And then the delays just kept going on and on and on, an extra 30 minutes, more 30 minutes, another 30 minutes, and then it eventually got to like 5 hours. We left 5 hours late, and yeah, they kept us, in the last half of the delay, they kept us well informed, but the first half, not as good. So yeah, I'm just honestly not impressed with that. I don't know why they didn't fix that earlier. Look, I don't know the details, so I guess I can't really criticise them too much, but all I'll say is I'm not impressed with that at all. So yeah, a little bit concerning seeing the wings being patched up with duct tape. May not be duct tape, it's like probably aviation tape or something. Just realised that we actually need to go through here quickly, but I did mine online, so it should be pretty easy. But yeah, on board, we were on the plane for 55 minutes before it got in the air, so I'm not impressed with that either. However, the actual seat I was impressed with, and I thought it was actually really good. So yeah. And then finally, before I go through here, the last thing I'd like to say is that after takeoff, it wasn't like super quick, but it didn't take them all that long to get the drink service underway, and you know, considering how much extra the bundle costs, it's like an extra, I don't know, but it's like maybe $70 or something for like checked luggage, $15 voucher, meal. So yeah, and we did get a $10 compensation voucher for the delay, by the way. So yeah, food on board, the food that you did pay for was actually pretty good. I'd give it a solid 7 or 8 out of 10. The selection was really good. So yeah, just give me a minute to finish the conclusion because I've got to go through here. That was done very quickly because I did it online. Here's VH-VKJ, 25 USD, very nice price. So yeah, and then finally, entertainment. It really wasn't very good at all, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. But it, you know, it does its job for $10, you know. So yeah, we can accept it, I guess. And it was just okay for the length of time that we had there. But yeah, so, and then disembarking, that was fine, and then I already concluded the airport. So, my conclusion is, Jetstar's cheap, it's really cheap. It was the base fare for today's flight, like without the bundle add-on. Also, look at this beautiful airport here. How nice is this entrance? Conclusion, it's about $250 base fare. However, we booked it like 5 months ago, and even like 2 months before it was up to $900, so book in advance, particularly at the moment. God, it's very hot. It's about 29 degrees out here at the moment, even at 6:30 p.m. So yeah, conclusion is, if you're in a rush to get somewhere, don't do Jetstar. Don't. Just take MEL-DPS, and yeah, you just can't trust them to be punctual. So, but if you really need to get there on a budget and you don't want it to be like too uncomfortable on the plane, if you're worried about that, don't worry about that. Just worry about punctuality and, like, you know, how like nice the service will actually be. Also, crew were just average. So yeah, conclusion is, if you're on a budget, Jetstar's fine, but personally, considering it's barely any more, sometimes the same, I would pick MEL-DPS, which goes at 7 or 8 a.m. and it's a full service carrier. So yeah, I would say the best option is MEL-DPS. Or Garuda when they restart flights. But anyways, thank you for watching today's trip report. Like and subscription if you enjoyed would be much appreciated. Stay tuned if they haven't already come out, because I do have flights planned while I'm here in Indonesia. Once again, beautiful looking airport, but it does seem like they have plenty of renovations going on here. I'm very happy to be back in Bali. So thank you all for watching this video. Have a great day, stay healthy, and I hope to see you in my next video.